Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Well, we're on the way.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you can Oh, he's having a go! Now that has posed a few awkward questions.
Actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that.
And that has left him in a heap. Whistle's gone, that's foul. And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Passes short and sharp. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Milan clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Well, this is a guy who has pushed back the boundaries year on year. A brilliant maverick who just, Jim, seems to go on and on.
Yeah, he's simply the boss, Peter. Everyone else, including us, just the supporting cast in an act where he will always take centre stage.
In the Zlatan show, Zlatan is the only star.
I'm not arguing.
Silvestre is looking to influence the game from out wide. No goals as yet. Silvestre. That'll be a throw. And it's Ibrahimovic. Pull it. Shot at goal! Goal! Milan! And there is your opener. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Milan really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
Mateus.
Madrid certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Vieira does well to get it back.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Towering header! Mateus with the clearance. Crosses it in. Cleared without hesitation. Cristiano Ronaldo.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Wan-Bissaka
has been indicated.
Opts for safety. Silvestre. Passing is crisp and sharp. Out towards the flank. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. That's the end of the first 45. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Madrid currently behind by 1-0 at the break.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open. Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Looking to play him in. It's played through. Hazard! And that's in! And that takes him up to 30. 30 goals for this side.
Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
Madrid restore parity.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
Ruben tries a shot! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And this is Pullet. Milan can breathe again, just.
Simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Over to the other side. Rijkaard. Pepe has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Silvestre. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. Just a quarter of an hour to play. That's a lovely, neat pass.
Milan clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Ferry cuts out the pass. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Thuram deals with that comfortably. And he shoots! And that's another fine save.
Substitution for Milan, number 22.
Desperate defending required here.
Number 7, Gullit. Coming on the field, number 8, Platini. Number 18.
He's taking no chances there.
Substitution in progress.
That's a throw. Oh, it's Rijkaard, and the cross comes in. Now there's the clearance.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Has been indicated.
Silvestre. And that will be it. A good watch, a really good watch. Both sides toiling to try and outthink, outsmart each other. But it wasn't to be, and they're all square. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours,
Hello,
it might not
everybody,
feel
and
like that.
welcome to today's
The stadium
match.
is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So it's down to business here.
Frank Rijkaard's presence here in the middle will be massive, Peter. He's so physically dominant, such a destroyer.
But he does have a certain X-factor as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, and that's the side of his game that makes him so special, that ability to play on the front foot, triggering counter-attacks, quickening the tempo, and even carrying the ball forward, you know, if required.
Which has come to be expected from players in that position now, but at the time, of course, it was revolutionary.
Absolutely was.
Threads one in. Can he finish? Oh, nearly, but not quite.
You can never be too safe with someone like him around. They got away with that.
Great defending, strong and determined. Rummenigge. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Quarter of an hour played. And this is Hazard. Neither side yet able to find the net. This is a promising build-up. Lampard. Tries to pass it through. Now it's Hazard. Pull it. He's through here. And this is Ronaldo. Oh, great defending. That needed doing. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
And it's been hooked away.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Madrid with another corner. Madrid have their second corner now. Cleared away. It's run loose here. And now they can spring out of defence. Mateus plays the game a step ahead. Rummenigge! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Rummenigge is offering a wry smile there.
He's had it taken off him. Now that's well seen too. Argentina are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, ball's over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. And he's found a way past.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Gattuso. Rummenigge.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
A header! Now, who's going to be... That's another chance! Oh, that wasn't far away.
Oh, that's a cracking try. Good technique to keep it low, too.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Now it's Hazard. And the referee says that is that for the first half. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. So between them, no goals at all so far.
Well, this will have given them a chance to look for any potential holes and weaknesses in the opposition, something that will bear fruit once the teams come out again, I'm sure, Peter.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. Wan-Bissaka. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. Pull it. And here's Azar. That's very neat. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. That's good running with the ball. And it's Son Heung-min. Well, that's been cut out, well played. 60 minutes played. Mateus. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Pull it. It is still anyone's game, 0-0. Rummenigge goes down, but nothing given.
This is the time you need that pace.
Aimed beyond the defence. Nice interception, well timed. Mateus. It's Hullet. Hullet looking for the chance to skim one in from range. Lampard. And it's Nedved. Costa Curta cuts out the pass. Lampard. Just about up to 75 minutes. Lampard. Ball played for Rijkaard. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped. Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
He's had a shot! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Cristiano Ronaldo actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Well, that looks a decent ball. And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
So, what can they make of this? And there goes the final whistle. Frustration, exasperation, vexation, certainly from an attacking perspective. Neither side able to make an impression despite all the huff and puff. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had a good variety in this game, despite it being anticlimactic.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you.